Thanks everyone for coming back for another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. I have Kim to my right, Max is to my left. My name is TJ, and we just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's supported us. Please like, share, and subscribe, assuming that the platform that you post on will allow you to, or heaven forbid, risk being put in some kind of social media jail. All right. Gulag. In this segment, I keep, as I go to my favorite websites, I keep seeing about once a week news reports about federal troops, the military, still occupying Washington, D.C. And, let's go back to January 6th when the Trump supporters had their protest in regards to, and for the sake of the new people, we have to be careful with the words we choose, electoral anomalies. Okay, so on January 6th, we had people protesting the electoral anomalies of last year, and it is pretty well accepted now, at least by those of sane mind, that Antifa did infiltrate the crowd and were the ones primarily responsible for the vandalism that occurred on that day in Washington, D.C. And I'm speaking in almost strictly in terms of what happened at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. What happened after that? Well, as Inauguration Day drew near, next thing you know, you got like 25,000 troops. And the reason why I say 25,000, it was reported like 5 times the number of troops in Washington, D.C. as what was in Afghanistan. And then they created a barricade around Washington, D.C. And it seemed to me, for whatever reason, 25-mile barricade encircling the Capitol, Washington, D.C., that came to mind. And so you got all these troops guarding like a couple thousand that attended the inauguration. And here we are today. And just a couple days ago, I read a news report. We still have twice as many troops in Washington, D.C. as what is currently stationed in Afghanistan. And you know what? If you didn't see it in print and trust the news source, you'd think, how is this even possible? And you wonder why. Any thoughts why? Any thoughts why?
Oh, they're protecting themselves. They have done something obviously very wrong. Otherwise, they wouldn't be protecting themselves.
Well, they stole something. They know they stole it. We know they stole it. And they're worried what we might do about what they stole.
Well, they know
protection.
They know, we know, that they know, and we all know that we all know that we all know.
Right.
So there's no secret.
Well, and here's the other thing. You know what? They say a wall on our border is ineffective.
Yeah.
But yet the wall around the White House, they consider effective.
Or around their personal estate.
Oh, and the latest wall around the Capitol building, and they estimate that to be about 3 miles, yeah. The perimeter.
Right.
To be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 miles around the Capitol building. It's just, and then you still got the National Guard troops, and we being from Michigan here, right now at the time of this recording, our own National Guard troops from Michigan are still in Washington, D.C.
Well, even after the people who were feeding them poisoned them, essentially. So many of them went to the hospital
rotten food,
with rotten food,
moldy bread.
But yet they're still there.
It's something you wouldn't even feed your dog or a stray dog.
Yeah, and they're still there. And the thing is our governor is allowing them to be poisoned.
Yeah, you might as well say she's in cahoots with.
She's part of the cabal.
Yeah, she's part of the cabal.
She's a prime member.
And the thing is that service that was giving the food is still there giving the food.
Yeah, so, and the report I read was the meat was raw and metal shavings.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how did metal shavings get in there?
Well,
it's
probably from China or Mexico or some fine.
My theory is, as I like to theorize, my theory is the troops are staying there. Aside from the fact that we all know that we all know that we all know, my theory is the troops remain there because they don't want us to go there and protest like they know we're going to.
Yeah.
You know?
It's no longer the people's house, which is what the White House and D.C. is supposed to be.
Right.
It's supposed to be the people's house. It no longer is.
And you know, it's this is the type of stuff you see in some Central American country or Venezuela, dare we say. But you know, I think this is going to be the new, as we'd say in the military, SOP, standard operating procedure. You know, since we're stuck with this administration for the next 3 and some odd months, 3 years and some odd months, you know, this is just gonna this is the new normal. Lord God Almighty, I hope something to our advantage occurs with the midterm election, because that do I think we'll do well in the midterm? Yeah, I think we'll do well, but I thought we were going to do well last year.
I don't expect us to do well. I expect them to keep the House, keep the Senate, grow the Senate, because they are going to again steal what they stole last time, and the Supreme Court has got no interest whatsoever, because they're more worried about their perception or place in history than they are doing what the Constitution calls for. So, well, I'm not hopeful that elections even matter anymore.
The scenario we're dancing around makes it all that much more important. We got to get the rhinos out, because it was the rhinos that facilitated the anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
If the rhinos,
we're talking about you, Fred Upton. Your day is coming, pal.
Fred Upton from the Great Lakes state of Michigan.
You better hide behind that fence.
Myers? Is it Myers?
Meyer, yeah.
Meyer? He needs to be looking elsewhere for another job too.
But these rhinos are, you know what? And Mac has heard me rant this for a decade now, over a decade.
I've listened to many of your rants.
You know, the Democrats are out to destroy me, and the Republicans are content to look the other way.
Yeah.
And that it couldn't be more true for the rhinos.
Well, I don't want to turn this into let's beat up the rhinos show, but you know, and it's always easy for the Lindsey Grahams of the world to talk tough when they're in the minority, and it doesn't matter.
You know,
it's, you know, it's like saying I'm going to boycott women's synchronized swimming because I don't even watch it to begin with.
The prime example, and this is a little off topic, but the prime example is when President Obama was in office, all the votes of how Obamacare needed to be rescinded or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the moment we had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, nothing. They you know what, they produced squat.
Well, that's because
the major backstabber John McCain stopped it from happening.
Yeah, that was a big one.
But what are they doing now? I mean, the only thing they're doing now,
huffing and puffing.
Yeah, is wasting our money, essentially, because they did the impeachment thing. That was a waste of money. They're not doing anything for our country right now.
Well, they're just protecting their own backside, and they're using tax money to do it.
They're
using our military to do it, and all I can hope for at this time is if something productive comes out of this midterm election. And at the risk of sounding naive, I am hopeful, but I don't know. He is not.
I am not.
I am with all my arthritic fingers crossed.
I pray to God every day that you are right and I am wrong.
I just think people need to stand up more. Our voices need to be heard more.
Yeah.
They've tried to silence our voices.
Well, the other day,
we can't let them silence.
My wife contacted Gary Peters and Debbie Stabenow and said that she didn't want such and such, whatever the issue was. She didn't want that to happen, and she wanted them to vote in the negative. And she said, "Oh, and you need to do it too." And I said, "What for?" They have no interest. They don't represent me on one thing.
A little side note: one of the nicknames for Stabenow is "Stab Me Now."
Yeah, stab you now. Yeah.
Debbie stabbed me now. So I don't know. We need our guard troops to come home. We need, I'm waiting for a fence to go up around the Lansing Capitol now. To
Well,
be
that's already
honest,
been suggested.
Some of the
You know?
states have already pulled their guard troops out.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, from the red states, but we live in a fine, pretty blue state right now. So I don't think our guys are coming home anytime soon. That's all I got. This was more of a vent than anything. So let us know what your thoughts are. What your thoughts of the Politburo in D.C. using our troops to keep their heinies safe. Anyways, anything else?
Nope.
Anything else?
Nope.
Anything else? That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.